Okay guys, so as you can see, we went ahead and dropped the engine back out of the car to start working on the brackets. I went ahead and already drilled out the holes already, as you can see here. Holes already drilled out. So now, where's that bracket? Okay. So now this is gonna go. It's gonna go right here. Line up with the holes and we should be good right there. Seeing two problems I'm gonna have here. As far as the leg, you can see like it slants down. So what's happening now? This bracket is not. The bracket is not sitting flat on the leg like I wanted. So this side is kind of like. This side has a gap right there. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to weld on a piece of metal on the side right there to try and level it off as much as possible. As far as this leg, the metal right here is kind of thin. So what I'm gonna do, I wanted to add an extra piece of metal right here to like support it a little bit. Although it's not gonna really bear the weight of the engine, it's just to brace it, because all the weight of the engine is gonna be supported up here. But what I might do, I might end up the nut and bolt that I'm going to use in the washer, I might weld the washer onto the body of the car right here to give it an extra strength, and then just run the bolt straight through like that. Yeah, so on both sides I'm going to go ahead and do that just for a little bit of extra security. It's not necessary, but you know, like I said, the top of the leg is already supporting most of the weight. But yeah, right now I don't have any materials, so now I have to run to the hardware store and get those materials to take care of that. I need the nut and bolts and all that good stuff. Alright, so we'll pick up once I get the materials. This bracket is almost completed, so it's just a matter of drilling a few more holes, welding up the spacer for under here so the bracket can sit straight, and we're looking good. Get under here, get that sorted out, so everything is working out perfect. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention to you guys too, this car will have power steering, so I'm going to use the factory power steering setup, and yeah, everything should got more than enough space for that. I already checked the hood. The hood closes properly, doesn't touch or anything like that. Have enough space down here for the AC compressor, so everything is gonna be. This car is gonna be a complete car, man. All right, guys. So this is where we're at so far. I had to basically butcher the mount to make everything work, because the this car on the bottom of the car by the chassis leg is a little bit different than the Civics. The Civics right down here below, they're flat, but this is not flat. This curve actually has like a little curve to it. So I couldn't use that mount the way I wanted to use it. So what the plan is now, I went ahead and cut off the little tabs for the mount here. I know it's kind of difficult to see, it's kind of dark, but yeah, just cut off the tabs, and I'm just gonna weld them back on here, and that should be fine. Weld them back on the bracket right now. So that's what I decided to do on that side. And as far as this, the chassis leg, I don't think I'm gonna drill any holes through here, man. I think I'm just gonna weld the bracket directly to the chassis leg, because that's the way the manufacturer has it again anyway. So I think I'll be perfectly fine if I do that. This metal that they use right here is not that thick anyway, so it's not gonna really support the weight like I want it to. So if I weld the bracket to the leg, that should be good enough. Alright, so I'm going to weld that up and get back with you when that's done. Alright, one thing I wanted to show you guys too. The oil pan on this car doesn't sit as low as how it sits on the Civic, and this is a K24, so you know that's one of the known problems with these swaps of oil pans. It's really low, but this one didn't turn out too bad, because on this car I was able to get the engine to sit a little bit higher in the car and clear the hood without any modifications to the hood. So, and you can see from the side here that the power steering pump sits a little high, but it still clears the hood. I don't have to cut anything from under the hood or anything like that. So that's a bonus for me. But yep, it's coming along good. Guys, don't laugh at the broomstick. It's just I couldn't find nothing else at the moment, but this is just something temporarily I'm using for now. Yep. See, from this angle, everything's gonna clear just fine. Again, now it's time to make the mount for the bottom to stabilize the engine. So what I decided to do is use this this piece of pipe. I know it's kind of small and skinny. This is the original cross member for the car, so you can see the size difference with that. Yeah, this should get the job done. Beautiful thing about this part too is it's way lighter than the factory one. So basically, this is what we're gonna do with this. And this thing got a magnet in. Here. Yeah. Here's a little top view of the bracket from the top. Nice and slender. I didn't want to put anything too bulky and too heavy, so this bracket should do just fine. The light sucks on this side, so okay guys, so as you can see, we're making a little bit of progress here on the back mount. So this is what we decided to do with this. So we basically, as you can see, we came under the rocking pinion and we just aim down a little bit and come all the way back under the pan, and we made nice spacing in between the transmission and the engine. So in the future, if I ever have to pull the pan off, I have more than enough space that I don't have to really disconnect this little bracket to do so. And if I have to pull the transmission off, there's more than enough space to do that. So now the first step is done with the back mount. That bar is already made. So now what I need to do next, I gotta tie in that back mount to hold up the engine. I haven't really decided how I'm gonna do that part yet. This is the back mount over here. This is the back mount. I have to make it work somehow, some way. So I don't know if I want to probably build a plate towards the block and probably put it on this side, and then I can just make some brackets that come down and tie into the this little cross member that I just made. Or I might do something like this. I might just do something like this and mount it on top of make a bracket that bolts it to the cross member, and then just makes little brackets to come from the engine and tie everything in. That's gonna be a little bit of a tricky thing to do, but we'll get it done. Alright guys, so now it's time to start figuring out how we're gonna do the back mount. I kind of like came up with a little idea already how I'm gonna do it. So, and I'm gonna use the old little trick that we all do in car modification world: cardboard. Cardboard is all our best friends. So now, kind of like having some templates made out already. But this is what I came up with. So First off, oh, let me get the other piece. Okay, so this is my little design where I decided to do. So I made this little cardboard template right here. What this is gonna do, this is gonna go right up in between here. And it's gonna sit right there. Now we have 3 mounting points that's right here. I'm gonna use these 3 mounting points. So this bracket can bolt through there. And then now, these mounts that we have, they already have the studs in the back. So this is gonna sit like that. And then this is gonna come up and get bolted to this like that. So let's go ahead and screw that in now. Yeah, so you make these things out of cardboard first, and then after that you can go ahead and transfer it to the metal. And that way you don't have a whole heap of figuring out and all that stuff there. Okay, so this is the first part of the mount. See? So once I make my metal template back here, this is gonna get screwed into that like that. Like I said, it's gonna go up and fit nice right here. It's more than high enough that the axle, the half shaft can travel and go through here. It doesn't interfere with anything. We have more than enough clearance from the rocking pinion. The manifold is way higher up, so we don't have to worry about that either. Now my other 2 pieces to make this whole thing work are gonna be these. I already went ahead and cut these things out on camera. So now the second part of my little design, this is gonna go like this. So basically, if we put this back up here like that now, this goes up, and this is gonna bend at an angle like that and then come down and connect to our little bar right here. Now the reason why I had to notch this out, because the axle, the half shaft has to travel through here, so that's not gonna interfere with anything. And then I went ahead and made this other piece right here. So basically how this is gonna work, this is gonna go in between here. So this is gonna make it go be right here, and that's also gonna bolt to the bar. I'm gonna trim this little part off, so I'm gonna clean it up and make it look nice once I do the final bits. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna put this in between here. This is basically how it's gonna look. Not the most prettiest thing, but should get the job done. So now the whole thing goes up. The whole thing's gonna go like that. Bolts are gonna get bolted into the block. This is gonna come under the arm like this. Bolt onto that. Weld onto this, and then I weld this bracket onto that. We already have a square, a half circle cut out for the axle to travel through. And yeah, that's basically what it's gonna look like when it's done. So now all I have to do is transfer this to the metal and take out the old trusty welder. Oh, I'm also gonna put like a little brace in between the two mounts. When I put this back up here, I'm also gonna weld like a structural brace right here, so it keeps everything nice and firm. So we never have to worry about that. So yeah, this is what I could come up with to do the back mount. So after we complete this, we should be completed with the bracket and everything like that. Maybe later on in the future, if I have to, I'll add an extra torque mount here in the front to really stabilize the engine. Because the more rigid the engine, the better. Because I plan on building this car with a lot of horsepower, so it's gonna need all the bracing that it can get. So this is just part 1 of the engine mount setup.
Now, existence, you see, is something that is spontaneous. Your hair grows by itself. Your heart beats by itself. You breathe pretty much by itself. You don't have voluntary control of these things. So we say it happens spontaneously. Try to breathe real hard. You find you get balled up. Gotta let go.